You awaken to the soft rustle of linen curtains stirred by the breeze, the first light of the Roman morning filtering through the open shutters. The air is warm already, scented faintly with lavender and the citrusy tang of crushed herbs from the garden below. Outside, distant voices rise, the murmur of merchants setting up their stalls in the forum, the clatter of a cart's wooden wheels over the cobbled stone. Within the walls of your modest domus, everything is calm. A servant has already drawn water into a ceramic basin, and a clean linen tunic is folded neatly near your sandals. You rise slowly from your bed, the marble floor cool beneath your feet, and move through the dim atrium where the household gods, your Lauras, stand watch in their tiny shrine, flickering oil lamp casting dancing shadows across their terracotta forms. You pause a moment to murmur a silent greeting, as is a custom, before splashing water over your face and hands. Breakfast is simple: a few dates, a piece of soft bread still warm from the hearth, and a small cup of watered wine. The flavors are gentle, unhurried, meant not to excite but to sustain. You eat slowly, seated near the impluvium pool that catches the morning light, its surface rippling softly. Today is a day of quiet luxury, a day set aside for the baths. Not for errands or Senate debates or gladiator matches. Just a rhythm of walking, of water, of warmth. You drape your toga lightly over your shoulders, not the formal one with its sharp folds and burdensome layers, but a comfortable, casual garment perfect for a walk through the early streets of Rome. As you step into the street, the city greets you with sounds both distant and near. Birds calling from terracotta rooftops, children's laughter echoing from an alleyway, the slap of sandals on stone. Vendors call out their goods, figs, olives, fine pottery from Hispania. The city is alive but never rushed. You walk slowly, passing temples whose columns gleam in the light, their friezes worn smooth by time. You nod in respect to passing elders, exchange quiet pleasantries with a baker offering a sample of his honey cakes. But you do not linger. Your body already craves the warmth of the bathhouse, the slow escape it offers. The bathhouse rises ahead of you like a palace of peace. Its grand facade is softened by age and sunlight. Statues of nymphs and gods line the entrance. You cross its threshold and leave the chatter of Rome behind. Within, the air is thick with warmth and the echo of dripping water. Slaves and attendants move gracefully, offering towels, oils, and greetings without expectation. You surrender your belongings, tunic, sandals, the weight of daily thought, and wrap yourself in a simple cloth. The frigidarium comes first. The cool plunge pool. You sit on its edge, trailing your fingers through the water. It wakes your senses gently, reminds you of your body and breath. Then the tepidarium, a room of gentle heat. You recline on a stone bench, the warm air wrapping around you like a second skin. The floor beneath you glows faintly with the heat of the hypocaust, the invisible fire that warms from below. Others lie in silence nearby, their presence acknowledged and gnawed, nothing more. No one speaks loudly here. The stillness is sacred. An attendant offers perfumed oil, myrrh, or perhaps rosemary, and massages it into your shoulders. Your muscles loosen. Your mind drifts. The caldarium awaits. The hottest room. Steam curls from the surface of the water like a living thing. You ease into it slowly, each inch of immersion a quiet release. The heat is profound, seeping into bone and breath. You rest your head against a stone, close your eyes and listen to the soft splashes, to the echo of a distant fountain, to the sound of your own slow heartbeat. There's no urgency, no agenda, just warmth and the gentle rhythm of stillness. The day begins not with urgency, but with the gentle sound of water lapping against stone. You awaken on a low wooden cot, in a modest domus nestled between narrow Roman streets. The air is still cool, perfumed faintly with olive oil and crushed herbs from the atrium, where a trickling fountain murmurs in the early silence. Light filters through the wooden shutters, soft and golden, casting long lines across the tiled floor. There is no need to rush. Today is not for labor or obligation. Today is a day of leisure, of ritual, of immersion in the quiet luxury of the Roman baths. You rise slowly, wrapping yourself in a light woolen tunic. The fabric is warm but clean, the folds familiar. Outside your chamber, the household is already beginning to stir. A servant passes silently, carrying a tray of fresh bread dates and a small dish of goat cheese. You take a piece of bread, tear it gently, and eat in silence, the texture still soft from the morning baking. A sip of watered wine follows, cool, tart, refreshing. You step into your sandals, the leather soft and shaped to your foot. The street beyond the doorway is sun-warm and hushed, paved in worn stones that shine faintly from decades of passing feet. The hum of the city is present but distant, vendors preparing their stalls, children chattering near the fountain, the occasional clatter of hooves on stone. You walk a steady pace, heading toward the bathhouse that stands just beyond the forum. Its red-tiled roof rises above the neighboring buildings, its broad entrance flanked by stone columns and carved reliefs. As you approach, the scent of warm water, oil, and aged stone greets you. There is no queue. This is not the hour of the crowds. It is the hour for a quiet soaking and peaceful drifting. Inside the apoditorium, the changing room, is calm and spacious. You slip out of your tunic and fold it neatly, placing it on a shelf along with your sandals. An attendant nods silently, offering a small wooden box to hold your rings and belt. The floor is warm beneath your feet, smooth from years of use. From here, you move to the tepidarium, the warm room, where the heat is gentle, wrapping around you like a blanket. The air is thick with steam. Light filters through high openings in the ceiling, illuminating the mosaic floors in shifting patterns. You sit on a low bench, the stone heated from beneath, and close your eyes. Your muscles begin to loosen. Your breath slows. Time loses shape. After some moments, you step into the caldarium, the hot room. The steam envelopes you completely. The sound of dripping water echoes softly. A marble basin overflows gently, sending hot streams across the tile floor. You lower yourself into the pool, the heat spreading through every limb. You do not speak. No one does. It is a place for stillness. The tension of days seeps from your shoulders, your legs, your thoughts. A servant offers a small ladle of cool water to sip. You take it gratefully. When the heat becomes too much, you rise slowly and move to the frigidarium, the cold room. The transition is sharp, bracing. The plunge pool is crystal clear, the cold sending a shiver up your spine. But you do not resist it. You let the sensation pass through you. Like a gust of wind, your skin tingles, awake. Your mind clears. You linger here, floating briefly, letting your body recalibrate. Then you return to the tepidarium once more, recline on a low bench, and let the quiet resume. An oil massage follows, light, methodical, soothing. The scent of rosemary and laurel fills the air as the masseur works silently, kneading out what remains of the world outside. You do not think of errands or obligations or voices beyond these walls. There is only warmth, stillness, water. After the massage, you are handed a soft linen cloth to pat your skin dry. The fabric is light and absorbent, with a slight scent of sun-dried laurel. You move slowly, dressing again in your tunic, the cotton cool against your skin after the deep warmth of the baths. Your steps are slower now, each one more deliberate. The bustling rhythm of the outer city seems far away, like a distant hum heard from behind thick walls. You walk back into the sunlight, blinking as your eyes adjust to the brightness. The stone pavement beneath your feet radiates the midday heat, though a soft breeze carries the scent of rosemary bushes in the nearby Tiber. The forum stands not far off, its columns gleaming in the sun, but you do not head there. Your path takes you instead to a shaded garden, perhaps a friend's villa or a public green space reserved for moments of peace. A bench under a fig tree invites you, and you sit, the world slowing further still. The leaves rustle gently overhead, casting speckled shadows across the marble path. A servant appears again, this time with a small tray of mulsum, wine sweetened with honey, and a few olives plump and cured. You sip slowly, not from thirst, but from the simple joy of tasting. The sweet notes linger on your tongue, grounding you in the present. Around you, others recline as well, some reading wax tablets, some murmuring in Latin, others simply resting their eyes, lost in private thought. You do not need to engage. You simply exist, part of the quiet rhythm of Roman leisure. The sun climbs higher, but its warmth is moderated by the trees and stone walls. A cicada sings in the distance. Time continues to soften. You are drawn to the idea of a short nap. A shaded portico nearby offers a stone bench with cushions arranged carefully. You lie down, your head resting on one, and let your eyes close. The sounds of water from a nearby fountain and the occasional flutter of doves create a lullaby older than language. There is no need to resist sleep. It comes slowly, gently, like a velvet curtain being drawn. You dream not of emperors or gladiators, but of slow walks along the river, of the sound of sandals on stone, of warm water and softer voices. The bathhouse experience has not left you. It lingers in your limbs, in your breath, in the quiet rhythm of the day. When you open your eyes again, the shadows have shifted. The afternoon is cooling. Someone offers you a fresh fig, split and glistening in the soft light. You accept it, savoring the burst of sweetness. The world feels softer now, its edges smooth by calm and ritual. You are not required to do anything more today. The hardest decision might be whether to sit and watch the colors change across the rooftops or to wander down to the river's edge for another moment of reflection. You choose the river. The Tiber flows slowly, silently, as if it too is resting. You sit on a worn stone and watch as the water moves past, carrying leaves, twigs, memories. The air is fragrant. The inner chamber beckons, a vaulted dome of golden light, diffused through high slatted windows. You step slowly, your soles brushing over heated marble, smooth and silent. The air here is thicker, warmed by the hypo-caust system beneath your feet, fed with labor and stoked with timber from the surrounding forests. Slaves unseen tend the fires that make such luxury possible. The walls are mosaic with myth. Neptune rising from the waves, Venus upon her shell, dolphins curving in endless arcs of blue and gold. You sit upon a heated bench, the stone radiating gently into your legs and back, and breathe in the lavender-scented mist curling softly through the atrium. This is the tepidarium, the warm room. Its air wraps around you like a shawl, loosening the cold from your joints, softening the clench of your muscles. You linger. Everyone does. Here, time slows. Conversations hush to whispers. Some recline on carved benches, their sandals off, their arms draped over the edge of stone divans. A young boy fans an elderly merchant with a palm leaf. Somewhere, water drips rhythmically into a basin. You close your eyes for a moment. The warmth is comforting, almost like a dream you don't want to wake from. When you open them again, it is only to follow the gentle current of bodies as they move into the caldarium, the hot room. Steam clings to the stone walls like a curtain, clouding your view, but the sound of trickling water guides you forward. The heat here is immediate, heavy, and complete. You sit at the edge of a deep basin, the water within glistening with heat, and carefully step in. It is nearly too hot, but you do not flinch. You let your body adjust, the warmth sinking into your bones. Others sit nearby, eyes closed, heads tilted back, their hair damp with steam. No one speaks above a murmur. The domed ceiling above you drips occasionally, the condensation of steam collecting along the stone ribs and falling like slow rain. This is not indulgence. This is ritual. This is Rome. And here, you are simply one part of the ritual. A body softened by heat, a mind made pliant by silence, a soul eased by familiarity. You lean back, submerge your shoulders, and listen to your own heartbeat echo beneath the murmuring acoustics. It's slow, soothing, sinking with the drip of water, the hiss of air. Time again dissolves. When you rise from the water, the world feels quieter. You dry yourself with a linen cloth handed to you by an attendant. Your skin is pink, flushed, your limbs looser than before. You are guided into Laconicum, the dry sweating room, where the heat is drier, more intense, and silence is absolute. The air here does not move. You sit still and let the sweat rise naturally, beating along your forehead, your arms, your spine. You do not wipe it away. It is a cleansing, a preparation, a surrender. Eventually, when you feel empty of worry and heavy with peace, you rise and are led again to the tepidarium. It welcomes you like an old friend. You sit again, recline this time, and someone massages oil into your skin, anointing, pressing, smoothing. The scent is pine and rosemary, subtle but fresh. You exhale deeply. The air tastes sweeter now. The fire underneath the floor hums low and steady, unnoticed unless you pause to feel it. A slave approaches with a curved strigil and gently scrapes the oil and sweat from your skin. The sensation is peculiar at first, but not unpleasant. The strigil glides over your shoulders, down your arms, your back. You close your eyes and let it happen. You are not alone in this. Around you, others are receiving the same care, the same service. In this moment, all distinctions blur. Senator or merchant, freedman or citizen. Here, all are flesh, all are breath, all are still. Outside, the day continues. Merchants haggle, soldiers patrol, markets bustle. But in here, the pace is slow, measured, sacred. You are led at last into the frigidarium, the cold room. A rectangular pool of pale green water rests in the center of a white marble floor. You step in slowly. The shock of the chill travels instantly through your limbs, waking every nerve, and then recedes, leaving a tingling clarity in its place. The cold purifies, sharpens. You do not stay long, just enough to complete the cycle, to feel whole, to return. When you emerge, your skin is cool, clean, new. A fresh linen toga is handed to you. You dress in silence. A light snack awaits. Olives, figs, a sip of water wine. You sit near a column, overlooking the courtyard garden. The gurgle of fountains behind you. The sun is setting now. The sky above the bathhouse now carries a softer hue, shifting from gold to amber, and then to the gentlest shades of rose. The day stretches slowly, and yet you feel no urgency. No need to rush. Here, in this Roman haven of calm, the rhythm is determined not by hours, but by sensations, warmth, stillness, silence. You rise slowly from your bench, linen toga clinging softly to your skin. You walk past a fountain carved in the likeness of a nymph pouring water from a jug. The trickle echoes gently in the open courtyard. The scent of rosemary drifts in the air, mingling with something faintly smoky from the brazier nearby. Birds flutter quietly above the tiled roofs. A cat stretches in a patch of sunlight near the steps, eyes half closed, entirely unbothered. You step into the garden again. A soft breeze passes through, moving the leaves of the myrtle bushes with a whispering sound. You reach out and let your fingers trail for the herbs, brushing against soft mint, sage, and lavender leaves. The air feels lighter now, as if all the weight of the outside world has been gently lifted off your shoulders. The bathhouse does not just cleanse the body, it clears the mind. You feel it deeply now, the dust of worry, the restlessness of thought. It has all been rinsed away in layers, as methodically as the oil from your skin, the steam from your pores. There is peace in repetition, and this day has been nothing but a rhythm, warmth and coolness, silence and sound, light and shadow. You hear soft conversation now. Some bathers have gathered in a shaded corner, sipping honeyed wine from small clay cups, exchanging murmurs about the weather, the grain shipments, the news from the port. You do not join them, but their presence is comforting. You are not alone. And yet, solitude here is not lonely. It is sacred. You walk beneath a vine-covered trellis. Grapes hang lazily overhead, unbothered by time. Somewhere in the distance, the faint hum of street life reminds you that the city breathes just beyond the walls. But here, all remains suspended. You move toward a reading room, part of the larger complex. Inside, scrolls are stored neatly in cubbies, and a few men recline on cushioned benches, unrolling parchment slowly. A scribe with careful hands copies verses from a known poet. His pen scratches faintly, the only sharp sound in space. You take a seat and close your eyes, not to read, but to rest. The stone beneath you is warm still, holding on to the day's heat like an embrace. The sound of the stylus, the breath of turning pages, the distant splash of water, it all weaves together into a lullaby of stone and steam. The oil on your skin lingers faintly, carrying the scent of pine and earth. A servant passes through the doorway with a tray of dates and sweetened cheese. Another follows with wine diluted with snowmelt. No one looks up. No one hurries. Time feels different here. It bends like sunlight in water, slow, golden, endless. You know that eventually you'll have to leave, to walk out into the cobbled streets of Rome again. The bustle, the voices, the duties. But not yet. Not now. This moment stretches before you like a tapestry, rich, warm, and quiet, and you are wrapped in it completely. You tilt your head back, resting it against a stone wall, and inhale slowly. The scent of the bathhouse is now part of you. Earth, water, herbs, and silence. The heat has worked its way into your bones. The cold water has awakened your senses. The oil has softened your skin. And the silence, oh, the silence, has stilled your mind. You remain there, perfectly still, as the day continues to descend into dusk. The shadows lengthen along the colonnades. The bathhouse begins to empty, but slowly, politely. No one rushes to leave. There's a kind of reverence for the way time slips through the walls here. A priest passes through, blessing the doorway. His incense leaves behind a gentle haze of frankincense and cedar. You watch it curl in the air and dissolve like thought. A child laughs softly from the courtyard, splashing once more into the cold pool before being scooped up in a thick cloth by his attendant. It's a small sound, but it lingers in the warm stillness like a memory you didn't know you had. You take one final stroll beneath the open roof. The last of the sun casts dappled light through the vines above. The marble floor, beneath your feet, glows faintly with the remains of the day. You sit one last time on the edge of a fountain and look into its clear waters. Your reflection wavers gently, peaceful, unhurried, the face of someone who is not only bathed in water, but in silence, in history, in Rome itself. And as the stars begin to prick the indigo sky above, one by one, you feel the day settling within you like warm stone cooling in moonlight. The bathhouse will sleep soon, and so will you. The air has turned cooler now, but it carries a softness that wraps around you like a light cloak. There is no chill, only calm. The sky above is deepening in color, shifting from faded rose into rich lavender, and now into beginning shades of twilight. Inside the bathhouse, torches are being lit one by one, each casting a soft amber glow against the white marble walls. Their flames flicker gently, dancing along the surfaces like shadows trying to remember sunlight. You stand and begin to walk once more. Your footsteps are slower now and softer. Even the sound of your movement seems hushed in this sacred evening stillness. The echoes that once bounced lively between stone columns now fall away more gently, as though the bathhouse itself has begun to whisper instead of speak. You move toward the tepidarium once again. The warm air greets you like an old friend, comforting, familiar, just the right temperature to soothe your skin without waking your thoughts. A few others remain, reclining lazily on benches, eyes closed, bodies stretched long and relaxed. You take a seat near a mosaic of Neptune, his arms outstretched in silent dominion over the sea, frozen forever in tiny tiles of blue and green. A servant walks by slowly, carrying a bowl of rose water. Another sets down a small bronze dish filled with coals, topped with lavender and sweet myrrh. The scent rises gently into the room, curling into the high, arched ceiling, dissolving like a memory. Your breath is slow. Inhale, exhale. No thought is urgent. No worry is loud. Here, you are outside the grasp of time and inside the arms of ritual. Outside, the faintest hum of the city continues. But here, inside these walls, nothing demands you. You are simply allowed to be. A gentle splash draws your eyes to the corner pool. A man lowers himself into the water, his face calm, his body disappearing slowly into the blue. He moves as though the water is remembering him, welcoming him back. You close your eyes, letting the sounds blur together. The hiss of warm steam, the flicker of flame, the murmur of voices too soft to understand. All of it flows around you like a warm river. No edges, no tension, just quiet continuity. The stone beneath your hands is smooth, polished by centuries. You wonder how many others have sat here, in this same stillness, letting the bathhouse slow their thoughts, cradle their breathing. Emperors, perhaps, or poets, or simple merchants with tired feet. It doesn't matter. In this space, all are the same. All are washed. All are warmed. All are calmed. You decide to rise once more, slowly, and make your way to the outer courtyard. The stars are fully visible now. They shimmer faintly above, scatter across the heavens like pinpricks in deep velvet.